I said I'd be back with another art fight prep video, so here we are. This is going to be a 2-in-1 though, because A, these characters are so intertwined, B, I didn't take an extra 2 hours to shade everything. It was 2 days until art fight when I was doing this. I'm not doing that. These characters are all in a world where all the mammals evolved to walk on 2 legs, like Zootropolis style. But to clarify, because I accidentally watched CinemaSins once, they get their meat from birds, fish and reptiles. Literally everything not mammals. And they get their milk from almonds, soy and oats and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense that they would only milk cows. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That is just a human decision. Like, I don't understand. Can you tell that I don't really like CinemaSins? Anyway, the first character is Alice, a member of a gang called the Alley Cats. The Alley Cats is one of the largest crime rings in the city, and they're so effective at what they do because its members, who are all cats, can skulk through the many alleyways in a way that makes them seem to disappear. They mainly pickpocket and pawn off what they steal, as well as deal drugs and hurt people they're paid to. You know, regular gang, mob stuff. It's like kind of a mix between the two, because my research is not in depth. Alice became a member at the age of 11 due to proximity to the gang and her neglectful parents. Natalie, a member of the gang, took Alice under her wing in a way to stop anyone else in the Alley Cats from hurting her or manipulating her into a dangerous situation. When Alice turned 18, she officially moved from her family's home to Natalie's apartment, although she stayed there more often than not anyway. Because of Natalie, Alice is recognised in the gang as a valuable member, as well as for her skill of using her tail to pickpocket incredibly discreetly. She is often included on some more important jobs when the chance arrives. Neither her nor Natalie are super loyal to the gang, but they aren't quite sure how to leave without being found again. They both joined at a very early age, with Natalie being 14 when she joined and 19 when she took Alice under her wing. Now 21 and 29, they've probably seen its atrocities and very nearly been at the hand of a few at some points. When Natalie is beaten to a pulp by multiple gang members after she stood up to the leader, Alice knows she needs to leave. Her friend Dylan the dog tells her about a job opening that he's seen at a milkshake cafe nearby. Alice applies and eventually gets the job. She works there while lying to other members of the gang that she's out pickpocketing. The other cat is Penelope. Her parents own a very successful fishing company, which they are pressuring her to take over when they die. She was already unhappy with this, because she aspires to be a neurosurgeon, but when they tell her they've promised her to a man she's never met, as a business move nonetheless, she knows her plans to move out must be moved from when she's carefully got everything in order to right away. That night, she doesn't sleep, but instead packs a single suitcase, gathers her savings, and sneaks out and catches a train into the city. She plans to lay low while applying to foundation courses to get her started on a long path into neurosurgery while staying at a rundown hotel. Alice and Penelope both meet in the cafe, where they share awkward eye contact with small smiles until one of Alice's co-workers pushes them to talk to each other. Of course, neither of them can be honest about their backgrounds, lest they both be turned into the police, so every time they interact there are a lot of awkward pauses while they try to think of a lie to tell each other. There's also a few look over there moments while one of them will tear down a missing poster or rip newspapers out of strangers' hands. The story is going to be a mix of cute romance, action and betrayal, but I also don't want to say much more in case it's too spoily, so that's all anyone can have for now, which also really works in my favour because I'm struggling to work out the specifics of the ending. I started writing this when I was 14, okay? I need some time to iron out all the weird nonsense elements. I really struggled with Penelope's outfit, I don't really know why. I have a full Pinterest board of business casual stuff, but I also feel like she'd want to dress more cozy, especially when she's sat in the cafe focusing on her studies. So I did a mix in the end, like a cozy pink t-shirt and probably chinos, or I don't know, some comfy jeans. I never really struggled with Alice's outfits because she's had the same outfit for 4 years, give or take a few specific pieces where I've set it after the story, so she's stolen Penelope's fluffy jumpers. But I've also decided that she'll usually just wear some form of crop top with jeans, so it's pretty easy to dress her. I didn't want the background to be the same as the aliens, so it'd be clear they're from different stories, but I also really didn't like the grey because it made Penelope's sheet too muted. This is really starting to sound like one of my end of project evaluations for uni. I'm very sorry, but I don't care. I also really struggled on getting this video out on time. Sorry. I had a bunch of stuff like starting work again and touching grass with my family to do. Oh well, it's better than leaving it a whole year, so I'll take it. Anyway, that's all for this video, and also this is my last prep video for Art Fight, thank God, because it's already Art Fight. I will try and make more for the attacks I do, but I think those will be my normal kind because there won't be my characters to gush about, and it takes ages to write scripts. I will try and get some new music though, don't worry. Thank you for watching, maybe try liking or subscribing, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!